I'm Alex Stone, former military service member and law enforcement officer. Now CEO of Echelon Protective Services, one of the fastest growing private security firms on the West Coast. And this is Ride Along, where our guest and I witness firsthand the issues affecting our community. I believe our proven method of enacting meaningful change through compassion and understanding is the best way to make our streets a safer place and truly achieve security through community.
Hey guys, I'm Charles Joh, former LAPD SWAT, currently CEO for TRICELL USA. I'm here with Alex today to check out his podcast, Ride Along, and hit the streets.
So we're in the Sprinter. Charles Joh's riding shotgun here. We're just looking around different areas, Old Town, going by Union Station. As you can see, everything's still boarded up. I mean, that kind of happened during the riots, and they just never came down. Broken window here.
Really, I see there's a lot of businesses that left that hasn't come back.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I mean, is that a mixture of COVID and riots, or?
COVID and riots, and people just got used to working from home. So
this looks like downtown LA.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This is really nice. When we moved in here, there were 450 tents in Old Town. This is Old Town Chinatown. And it was historically Japanese. And then when they were forced into internment camps by the Roosevelt administration, the Chinese came and bought up everything for pennies on the dollar. And then became Chinatown during World War II.
How'd you guys get all the tents, encampments cleared out?
Well, we can't move tents.
Right.
So we had to enter into civil compromise. But we convince about 150 people a month to go into a shelter, and then we facilitate that sheltering process. We call our nonprofit. So let's say a guard's out of patrol, he's making his contacts, they're like, man, I want to get into a shelter today, I'm just done. They'll call the nonprofit, love one another will come and then spend that next 2 to 3 or 4 hours with them. We can't get a shelter that day, we'll bridge them in a hotel, then get them in a shelter the next day.
Okay.
So we're constantly trying to get people into detox, back with family, back with a faith group, into some type of sheltering position, emergency care, unity. We have facilities like Unity, which does mental health. We have a 24-hour detox in Vancouver, Washington, and we just use radio cab. As long as they're stabilized and they're not showing any signs of harm or self-harm, we get radio cab accounts. Each neighborhood we patrol, so we're running probably in 8 different districts with more than 80 blocks per district, sometimes more than 100 city blocks. We're running 24-hour day, 7-day a week patrols. Right, security's not security unless it's 24/7.
Right.
So we're always constantly doing that. So during the day, we hit it really hard, get good intelligence, trying to get people out to shelter, right, get them into detox facilities. That's kind of how we work it. So we just arrived near Echelon HQ, the place we do the studio.
Yes. Completely
different site. We own a commercial building right across the street, and that's our headquarters for the entire company. For all of America, so corporate HQ. You getting into trouble? Oh, nice. Is it neuropathy? What's that from?
No, my bone in my hip.
Yeah.
Deteriorate.
Oh God, I'm sorry, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm trying to walk and stuff as much as I can.
Yeah.
Before it play out on me.
That's good. You need anything? You need a walker or anything?
Oh, I got a walker.
Okay.
I didn't go far. If
All
I
right.
go far, I take the walker.
I bet, right? I bet.
Yeah.
You doing okay today other than that?
Yeah, okay.
All right, it's good to see you. Tell your sister I said hi.
Okay.
It's always making community contacts.
Yeah.
Oh, you always got to know everybody. They're my main source of intelligence for this whole block right here. They're always like, hey, we got these crackheads, they're selling dope, whatever.
Hey.
Michael.
Mike, Charles, pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Charles.
Right on.
Hey.
So, bro, we call him, his name's Beatmaster Bach. Because he knows what's going on the streets.
I don't know about
Nice.
beef, but we'll see, right? Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Good to meet you.
Same here.
Yeah, I've got some supplies.
Let's gear up, bro. Yeah, let's roll. So everything he's grabbing, this tote, every officer when they go to patrol, they grab a tote,
Yeah.
hygiene kit, sanitizer, food.
That'll last the shift.
Yeah, yeah. We have a resource center up here for the company. And then we have our nonprofit has a full resource center we got donated us a commercial space that we run that out of. Awesome, so Bach just jumped in. Bach kind of introduced himself to Charles. You know, we want to let everyone out there know that today it's a heat advisory day in Portland. It's going to be about 105 degrees. We're going to be rolling around, making sure everyone has water, doing a lot of medical. So this could be a very heavy medical show. You just never know what's going to happen. You never know your
Cooling towels, man.
cooling towels,
Oh, dude.
water, bottles of water, right?
When we had that 118 degree day, I'm telling you,
118?
why I was
Yeah.
not in the ER.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, so we're here in Old Town, right? 2nd and Flanders, Gleason area. We've got a guy, he looks like his lung capacity might be compromised. He's probably passed out, right? It could be overdosing, so we're gonna go check on him. And then this is the general area where we're supposed to meet up with Sonny. So let's just roll. See what's going on. He just moved and got up.
Good.
I'm gonna grab some water.
Oh, he's up. How you doing, miss?
Water?
Yeah, you got a good spot here in the shade.
Water?
Yeah, I know.
What?
I'll take a water.
Yeah, man. A coat is what you don't need right now, man. I'm worried about you overheating.
Yeah.
Coke? Like a Coca-Cola? Yeah. I do not have that. I just have water right now. Yeah. Okay, are you doing all right, though?
Yeah, I'm trying to jot down ideas as to what I'm going to do as far as shelter goes. There was that Do Good World's number,
Yeah.
and I've been kicked out of there.
You got kicked out of Do Good, huh?
Yeah, for too many write-ups.
Ah. Are you interested in finding another shelter?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your name, buddy? I'll see if I can get one for you.
My name is Mel.
Okay.
Gates.
Okay, hang on a second here. All right, and I'm gonna need your date of birth too, because this city needs that. MEL. Okay. Let me make a phone call, okay, bud? I'm gonna see if I can get you. Yeah, you're welcome to sit down. You're not in trouble, bud. Yeah. Get some water in you. And the heat, man. I'm worried about your coat, bud. Hey, I got a gentleman here who was recently in the Do Good shelter. He unfortunately was unsuccessful staying there. He had too many write-ups.
So anytime someone says they're
He's-
interested in
he's hoping he
sheltering,
can
we
find
always
a
try
new
to get them
shelter.
into a shelter.
Yeah, he wants. He's eager, right? Yeah.
His-
He's willing.
Yep. And it's not easy to do. There's no central tracking system. You just got to call each one. So we have
I'm
people.
making a reservation for a restaurant, right?
Yeah.
You guys buy it?
Yeah. And so we have a lady who's a registered nurse who works on the back end for us, and that's all she does, is the paperwork and trying to find those places. Are you okay? Everything okay? Is this your tent? No? Oh. It's not cold, homie. Yeah. You doing okay today?
I'm fine.
You waiting for a Blanche meal?
I don't know how you
Over
do
here?
it, Well, I can't hardly do the sweatshirts in the heat.
I know, right?
I know. He's in the coat. So I got a hold of Loa, gave him the information, and now he's just going to check and follow through and see if we can coordinate a
Spencer?
shelter. Yeah, it's been full.
Yeah.
We've had bad success sheltering people lately because they're full.
Yeah. They had a COVID outbreak as well.
Yeah, so it's reduced the number. They've
So they're
cut
all,
them.
they only like 50% capacity.
Now, if one pops up within the next hour or so, who transports him?
We can call a cab.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
radio cab.
Good.
Radio cab. All right.
Hopefully he'll be here hanging out until.
Well, what we can do is, because it's right about lunchtime, is we can just say, hey, look, if you're hungry, go eat. We've got one of our guards that are already there, and then they can follow up with us. We can communicate with them on the radio. Hey, look,
So
we got a
they do
spot.
3 meals a day here across the street,
Okay.
right here.
It's basically a soup kitchen for homeless.
Nice. Yeah. Do they know? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Most people know.
Everyone
You can just
knows.
say,
knows.
say, hey, go eat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they've been
it's
there
fine.
like, they've been around for 50 years, I think,
okay.
this place.
They've yeah.
And we do the security there during the
Hey, Mel.
feedings.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so are you hungry?
I am a little bit.
Why don't you grab some Blanchet lunch?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Check in with the officer who's there. He'll be dressed like me,
Okay.
and then we'll see if we can't find you a spot. But I don't want to like, kill time and then have you not be able to eat lunch. But I just need to be able to find you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So go eat some lunch, and I'll see what we can do. Okay. In the meantime, all right. I don't want you to miss lunch.
Okay.
You want some water? You good? Okay. There you go. Cool. So, Buck, we just jumped out. We thought the guy might be overdosing. His lung capacity was shrunk because he was over like this. Tell us what happened.
Yeah. Essentially, when you find people that are down, you're looking for things that are out of place. The rule of thumb that I have is position of comfort. Right. They teach you that in EMT school. Put them in a position of comfort.
Yeah.
If they're not in a position of comfort, then they likely fell that way. And if they fell that way, they likely are unconscious. If they're likely unconscious, then we got to go through these steps to make sure that they're good to go in breathing. So he was in a position that didn't look comfortable, but turns out he was alert and was breathing okay. He's still wearing a coat. It's super hot. He said he had just been kicked out of a shelter because of bad behavior, but was interested in getting in another one. So reach out to Loa. Maybe we can get him another shelter, but in the meantime, he's having lunch over at Blanchet House.
Loa's our NGO.
Okay.
They have a whole street crew, so they'll check in with him. They'll come over here, and they're usually over here once or twice a day.
Right. Very cool.
Yeah. Now we got an issue over here on that perimeter. I don't even think that's their trash can. It got dragged there, but I don't want that to attract anybody, all the trash. So I'm gonna notify the client about that.
Looks like he may be on it.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Clean and safe.
Clean and safe. Yeah, they're a contract in Portland that
Oh
cleans.
yeah, look at that.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, boss.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Done
that's
deal.
easy. Done deal.
We love our community partners, clean and safe. Appreciate y'all. Okay, so we're rolling around. We saw a U-Haul van. U-Hauls are stolen all the time for illegal activities. So we're gonna roll up, we're gonna knock on it. It looks like it's cracked. Shades are up, so people are looking for privacy. It's obviously very hot today. Someone falls asleep in there, they could easily die because it can get up to 120 degrees in there today. So we're just gonna make contact, and then we're gonna get a license plate. Typically in this type of environment, you could call non-emergency, see if there's any interest in the plate. We can't really do that because it would take 45 minutes for us to get an operator at 911 today. So
At least.
it's not really plausible to do that, but that's typically what you would want to do in this situation. Hey, anybody home? Anybody home? You need a cigarette? Yeah, we're just handing out some water today. This U-Haul's been here for a while, this U-Haul truck? Yeah? No, you don't know who they are? Oh, okay. Needle. Anybody home? Here you go, homie. Take some water too, man. It's gonna be like 105 degrees today.
Yeah, I heard it's gonna be like 105.
Yeah. You doing okay other than that?
Eating cereal, milk, kids.
You know, Blanchet's handing out meals right now.
I'm not really eating a meal right now, but
Okay.
the cigarettes help.
Awesome,
Sounds
bro.
good, boss.
Cool. He seems young. What really worried me is those two little kids. You saw them?
Yeah.
Man, those kids were young, bro.
But it was with that. Apparently, I'm assuming it's a dad.
We're a nonprofit with water and cigarettes. We're concerned that y'all might get too hot in that U-Haul today. Thought we'd stop by. Here's a couple cigarettes. Anybody home? So no one's answering. Good call.
No one there? It's empty.
Yeah, it's empty.
Okay.
Good.
So
So we can take our water.
I would leave those.
Leave 'em?
Let them know someone came here.
All right, sounds good.
Make them know that someone's watching them.
All right.
License plates out of Arizona. So the U-Haul's empty. It's likely stolen, beat up pretty bad. Someone's obviously living inside. It was opened already, so we were able to take a photo.
Nice.
It's definitely being lived in. Very dangerous situation. People die in situations like this all the time. So.
Kind of curious the story of that U-Haul now. You know,
Right.
in the back,
It doesn't make any sense.
cracked open with
Right. Yeah, and the front looks like it's been
the
it's been
sunshade in the
traveled
front.
Oh yeah. So we're still driving around on patrol. One of the community members that we've been interested in and concerned about is her street name is Pax, and her mom kind of is a long haul truck driver. She left her Honda Pilot here because she wanted her to have a car to live in rather than a tent. Pax has been on the streets for a while now. Bach, you had an interaction with her that involved the possible kidnapping or attempted kidnapping. You want to take us through that?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, when apparently she's done this behavior before, but attempted to kidnap a little child. Some history here is that she may go into a mental psychosis and believe that the child belongs to her. And so in the event that we did, we were able to stop that from happening. But the follow-up with her care is to see her get into treatment. See her get into a sober living situation so that not only she's safe for herself, but safe for others. So today we're going to go check on her and see how she's doing, and hopefully she'll be ready to make some of those changes.
So we stopped. There's a guy completely hunched over again. His lung capacity is compromised. So we're going to do a little medical check with him. We're still out looking for Pax, looking for that green Honda Pilot. Can't find her. We're going to jump out and make sure this guy's okay.
Hi, honey. You're not in trouble, honey. I just want to check on your partner here. Yeah, he doesn't look like he's breathing all that good. Hey, buddy. I'm Michael. You okay there? Would you like some water?
I thought you already got out.
No? Okay. Do you need any help with anything? No? Okay, looks like you were slumped over a little bit. Want to make sure you're breathing okay. All right? You don't need any water?
Yeah. That's
okay,
how you
want
rest.
some water, sweetie? He doesn't want anything. You want some?
Water?
Thank you.
Okay. All right, well, I'm glad you're doing all right.
I got him, guys.
Good. Keep an
Okay.
eye on him. You're doing a good job.
Hey, Bach, come here.
Hey, kiddo, you doing all right? Hey, sweetie. Hey, sweetheart. Hey there. Hey there. Hi.
You okay?
Hey. How are you? How you been? It's been a while since I've seen you. You doing okay out here? All right. Okay, sounds good. What you got?
Just looking for that green Honda Pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything good?
Yeah, everything's good.
All right, let's roll. So, both people have been using, definitely passed out, not overdosing,
Say hello.
still able to breathe. Female's not communicative, so she's still definitely under the influence. But both of them seem outside of that red zone for overdose.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sounds good. Okay, roll.
Yep, sounds good.
All right, well,
Well,
crisis averted.
now we got a dog somewhere. Who do you belong to, bud?
I saw I guess it wasn't them that were.
Is this y'all's dog?
Hey, bud. Come on over here in the shade.
Let's get the dog some water.
Yeah.
So, rolled up, lady contacted us, I guess because we look like we're in
just
authority
dog.
or something, but it's this whole idea of perceived authority. She said, hey, there's a pit bull running around loose. So we
Yeah.
were able to get the dog. Bach actually was able to get the dog. Now we're getting him water, so we're probably gonna have to call animal control of the city to get someone to come take care of the dog. Charles, what do you think?
Yeah.
You taking this dog
Good looking
home?
dog, man.
You taking this dog back to LA?
If I can get him on the plane, sure.
Hey there, pup.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna call the animal control.
Okay.
Howdy, buddy. I don't think the dog's mean. I don't know the dog though.
Got a harness. You got leash.
Yeah. I think it was probably at a camp. And they probably passed out on fentanyl and they got out of the tent and it wandered out. Because that is a good harness, but I mean, this leash,
Yeah. Yeah. It's a homemade,
it's homemade.
street-made leash.
Yeah, street leash. So isn't that your prison name actually, street leash?
It's a short leash.
Yeah. But yeah,
Well,
so
hi, my name is Michael. I work for a security company in Portland. I'm down at the North Park blocks right now, and I've got a dog that clearly has an owner, It's got a harness and a leash on it, but, well, the dog ain't missing. The owner is. Yeah, I can transport to Dove Lewis. Sure. I've got the capability. Yeah. Dove Lewis, you mean the Northwest? 19th and Petty Grove.
Easy.
Easy. Yeah, we can make that happen.
Yeah. That's what we're headed that way anyways for lunch.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye-bye.
There's a plunger right there for a needle.
Yeah, this is partially the memorial here. This was also graffiti
get
on the back of the wall over here, but the owner keeps
cleaning it up.
Yeah, exactly.
This might be why the bathrooms are locked, but so this is where the first individual died about a week or two ago, and now this person was a member of a gang, street gang, and the memorials, they have a memorial across the street over here, and it says RIP, and so ever since then, like, this gang essentially has been trying to own this entire Park Blocks area, and there have been several shootouts in the last 2 days. One woman we saved, same location right here, tourniquet, stop the bleed, all that, right?
Okay.
And then
so she's going into somebody else's.
last night someone was shot and killed. She actually ended up getting murdered a block away. So we initially came out here today to kind of discuss gang violence and just as a security company, what we have to do how do we work with law enforcement, those private partnerships and public partnerships, and what all that looks like. And then we got a lost dog call, right?
Unscripted, yeah.
Unscripted lost dog call. So we got a dog that was roaming around, scaring people at the park. We're gonna take the dog to just like 20 blocks away, 10 blocks away, to a safe location. A lot of movement around us, right? Yeah. What's up, homie?
Hey, Texas.
Good to see you, brother. Yeah.
Thanks, buddy. Talk to you soon. Bye. How you doing?
A few days
You need
ago.
some water?
I'm doing good. Careful. Should have seen it a few days ago when I first hit my fucking camera.
What happened?
A straight 9mm 38. Fucking walking down the street. Ran into a few, only thing I can honestly tell you, so one thing I can say is I ran into a few people that wear stuff similar to you. I was joking around and he said, similar,
Yeah.
not the same match, but similar too.
Yeah?
He said, here, I'll let you try my best on it. I was like talking shit to this one security chick,
Okay.
floating around or whatever.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, man, she's looking at me. So I start walking, right? Or she started walking back to the car, and one of the two dudes, he says, here, he's like, here, make you feel better, I'll just put my vest on. As soon as I put the vest on, you know how you have to pull it up? See, make sure it's from here to here. So I put the vest on, a straight bullet hits right there, knocks me on my ass.
From who?
Like several blocks away, we're here.
You hear that?
Where were you?
What's that where I was? But, a few alleyways at the street here, close to Target, So
Yeah.
crazy. That way. Like the kids one night, and he's like, hey, you put my vest on, dude. Hit me right there, so he hit me in the chest with a sledgehammer.
Dude, you doing okay though?
Yeah, fucking hurt. Like a fucking
Are you
sledgehammer,
currently
bro.
still on the streets right now?
Fortunately, yeah.
So when you were in second grade and your teacher asked you, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Yeah.
Because I grew up in Texas too, so I know that they asked us that. I know they asked us that, right?
Yeah.
What would have been your answer? Would you have been, I want to be homeless in Portland? When you were in second grade, what was your answer?
That would be free.
You want to be free? Do you feel like you're free right now?
In America, you're really free.
Yeah.
I have to say that, it's true.
And so is there anything about the lifestyle you're living in that would make you feel like you'd want to get into a shelter? No?
Honestly,
Even though you were just recently shot?
still gonna be in the shelter.
I'm only asking because I was homeless as a kid. I lived in a car with my mom, and I know what it's like to feel that sense of insecurity. Yeah.
I agree with you.
And so we're concerned about your well-being. We don't want you to get shot out here. You know what I mean? Is there anything that would make you want to go into a shelter today? No? Okay. All right. We like to ask, bro, because we're interested, you know?
We want to help you, Texas.
Yeah. Appreciate you, bro. Yep.
Yeah, good to see you. Hey, come here, man. You hang in there, man. You need a cigarette? Do I? Yeah. Shut up. I have no idea. We're going to take him over to Dove Lewis. Here's a couple for the road.
You look very familiar though.
Yeah.
Doesn't he? I know. I've seen this dog before. I guarantee you.
Somebody owns it.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good.
Nice to meet you, Tex.
Nice to meet you, Texas.
Okay. All right, well, you talk.
What do you have a call for Union Bank? There's people refusing to leave.
So we just talked to a guy, recently been shot, and he had the bullet wound in his chest. Apparently another security company, he was joking around and they let him wear the protective vest and the ballistic vest, and he happened to get shot while he had the vest on.
This is
Amazing.
Chris
What's
is,
up,
on
bro?
the streets. He might be interested in some
Awesome.
shelter or maybe
Right
some
on.
resources. If
Awesome.
you could help him find, like, maybe contact with Loa.
Yep.
Yeah.
If he needs a tent or some clothing or something.
Do you know Spencer, Big Spence?
I love the one.
Yeah, loving one another.
He's awesome.
That okay. All right, we're gonna hook you up with him. He's the one who's doing all of our outreach today.
I don't know if he'll be in or if the other guy will be in, but I plan on being in
Okay.
Yeah.
He's coming up now. I actually donated to actually Scotland this morning.
Awesome, bro.
He's hustling. I do cans every day.
Where are you gonna set up at? Do you know?
I set up the takedown every morning.
Where at?
I set up the takedown every morning, but
Okay.
every night I'm going.
Well, if we want to have Spencer contact you, where would he contact you today?
Oh no, I know. Listen,
Okay.
What's your name?
Chris.
Okay.
Chris.
He's gonna need more than that. There's a
So
lot of
talk. I'm
Chris's.
gonna say talk, Chris.
Oh, white boy Chris. Remember that Chris already.
Okay.
Where at? Loving one another?
Okay. Yeah.
All right,
Perfect.
that's
They'll be
all.
there. Yep. So that way we can get it lined up for you now. Get to the line show.
Yeah, no, he's been great, man. He's given me some clothes already.
Awesome, bro.
Everything got stolen again. This is the only town I can come to that you can search a stack pile of 9 trash bins, set your bag on the first one, beat it like the 7th one, and when you look up, your fucking bag's gone.
Yeah, bro.
Homeless stealing from homeless is not the way homeless works.
No, bro. That's fucked up, bro. And
Even homeless stealing from other places.
Yeah.
It's not the way it should work.
If you gotta survive, that's one thing. But stealing from someone else that's trying to survive, it's a death sentence, man.
How can people realize, okay, it's not COVID that leaves Target sales empty.
Yeah.
It's not COVID that leaves Rite Aid sales empty. You see these shelves are empty. And if you know how retail works, you know, automatic stocking works, and chains like that with districts, when you get 9 coming out of one warehouse, fucking shelves should be full.
Yeah.
The homeless have a serious problem with this.
Yeah.
They're
Awesome.
invited here because of the allowance of the study.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, I'll let Spencer know. You'll be there at 3.
Yep.
You
Loving
be
one
there?
another resource center.
The Resource
I'll be
Center.
at
3:30.
3:30?
Okay.
All right.
Good to meet you, man. I'm Michael.
Tall white boy Chris.
Yeah.
I'm shorter white boy Alex. Nice to meet you, bro.
Alex.
Right on.
Yeah.
Guys, keep doing what you're doing and hopefully it comes.
Yeah. It's good.
Come on, pup.
Appreciate you,
You got
Chris.
it.
Awesome. So we're gonna take this dog. We're gonna take the dog to 19th and Pettigrew. We got a good picture of kind of what's going on down here. You know, unfortunately, too much gang violence is going on. And what do you think about that? Little wrap up on that.
Yeah, you know, I've got a saying: we can't all be elephant hunters.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta work on the daily qualities of life that reveals the bigger plan. And
Exactly,
this is
bro.
exactly the day-to-day. You can't sit around the corner waiting for the big elephant
No.
to shoot. You gotta do the daily grind to build the trust and to just open up little doors into
That's
the
right.
community. So yeah, I'm all about that.
Awesome. I love it. All right. We're gonna get this dog back to its home. Appreciate y'all.
Come on, pup.
We just dropped off the dog at the animal hospital. We're rolling back through. It's extremely hot. It's 105 today. We're hot. We're rolling with the windows down because that's the only way you can patrol, right? You got to hear the streets, not just see them. A lot of people are hunkered down. They're in shade. They're in cooling shelters. They're trying to get inside. So not a lot of activity today. We're going to meet up with Spencer and the Loa Street team, see what's going on with them. Oh yeah, here they are. Beautiful. Looks like they're just closing up for the day. What's up, bro? What did you meet, Charles? Charles, Spencer, Charles.
Hey. Doing great.
Hey, Charles, Terrence, Charles.
Hey, Charles. Pleasure. What's up, dude?
You want to check it out? See inside? Okay. Hey, did Chris come by? Tall white boy Chris? He said he's going to be here at 3:30. He said he wanted to shelter. So he said he already had a meeting with you for 3:30 today.
Well, there was a guy that came in, but he wasn't. His name wasn't Chris. I got a guy that's getting the bus ticket home. There
Really
back
tall,
to LA.
thin?
No.
Here, go ahead.
But we've been servicing. Yesterday we serviced. Well, 2 days ago I serviced 45 people, and he did 25 yesterday in an hour.
Wow.
So we use this place. This is like a relationship building area.
Right.
We give out resources. We meet people. We build those relationships.
We're going through all the old stuff right now, getting rid of some of the stuff.
Nice.
This stuff we're all going to redonate. We
Cool.
can't use it.
Yeah.
So. No, we got. You guys want some water? So I
Oh,
water
yes.
right there.
Oh, yeah. So Charles is a former LAPD SWAT. He's kind of a tactical guy of tactical guys. He's part owner of a shoot house complex, 100 acres, down in San Bernardino. He's training teams and countries, their special forces, tier 1 operators, and law enforcement, military, internationally. And so he's on the ride along today. We thought we'd bring him through so he could meet y'all.
Yeah.
You
He's going to
tell
be
him what I did before I came on the job, though. I was a social worker.
He was a circus clown.
yeah.
No.
Hey, that's what's up, man.
I was,
Yeah, social worker. He was also a counselor in school.
Before you went to law enforcement?
Dispatch
Yeah.
at 740.
And
that helps a lot.
Call for lot
Before I went to
77.
law enforcement, I was a mental health therapist, and so
You know exactly what it is. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
slip right in. There's no learning
Exactly.
curve.
Exactly.
Yeah.
so I definitely think
You're
law
a social
enforcement-
worker with a badge. That's it. You're good. That's
Yeah.
what it comes down to it.
Same thing.
It helps understand people.
And what our evolution looks like is maybe someone from security forces makes contact, right? They have multiple calls.
Nice.
Just like law enforcement, you want to help. You want to stay there and help that person, but you can't because you got all that call volume. Well, Terrence and Spencer can show up and spend 2 or 3 hours with that person. They can bridge them with a hotel. They can make them comfortable, get them somewhere, get them a meal, get them housing, come in here, get food.
See, I think that's
The
so
whole day they're
valuable.
working solutions.
Patrol, what do they have right now? Currently, they have pamphlets.
Yeah.
That's it. You know?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, okay, but
That's
now
how we
you
started out.
Yeah.
We handed out pamphlets. And Spencer actually, this is kind of his idea. He said, hey, bro, we need to go big or go home. He's like, this is my vision. What do you think? I was like, let's do it.
I mean, the bottom line is when you're down dealing with people on the street, man, you have to get to know the people that you're working with, right? You have to understand what their needs are, what their wants are, what their background is. 85% of the people down here have been abused, right? And so that's when I came down here. I was like, I took my vest off and my gun off. I concealed carry. I'm like, we got to do outreach, man. You got to build relationships with these people so you know exactly what they need.
Yeah,
So-
exactly. I think, and they're so used to all these NGOs and people coming in just lip service.
Yeah.
Say talk
Come
is
in once
cheap.
a month.
Talk is cheap. Yeah, yeah. Well, and I think they recognize, they appreciate you're the real deal. So
Yeah, I use Spencer's name. I'm like, yeah, you know Spencer? Yeah, that's my cousin. You know, that's my cousin. And so everyone loves Spencer and Terrence down here. You know, I mean, their name is like gold on the street. So,
right on.
for real.
Well, I mean, they know we care about them, so.
Yeah.
But
Well-
it works out well because we get information for the officers and, you know.
That's what I hear. Definitely.
So it's, you know, not that we do too much, but.
It's about relationships.
Absolutely.
But if we hear something that's important, you know, obviously, we want people to be safe. So y'all got things to do?
Yes, sir.
We're gonna roll. We're just gonna walk down and patrol a little bit on NATO. I think Bach's gonna roll out. He has some contacts
Yep.
he needs to make.
Yeah, I got a couple things I have to finish up.
Right?
Awesome. All right.
All right, sounds good.
guys.
Hey, it's nice meeting you. It's a pleasure.
Pleasure's all mine, man.
No, man. Yeah, I'm great right now, anyway.
Right on, bro.
Yep, doing good.
This first area, there's a bridge here. Before we moved in, this was a high crime area. I mean, the former owner of this coffee shop got into a shootout with a gang across the street here.
Yeah.
When we first came into Old Town like 3 years ago. And typically this is we used to be all tents, it's a giant tent village. This is actually University of Portland or University of Oregon downtown.
Oh yeah.
These are their buildings, right? And
Cleaned up a lot. It's cleaned up. Really
cleaned up a
nice.
lot, yeah. Cleaned up a lot. And all these little buildings, they're all our clients.
Oh,
Everything
nice.
you see. So, visiting the resource center, kind of seeing the impact of what the nonprofit does. the kind of PI work, the type of information we're gathering, right? And then the security work that we're doing, and then also being able to link that with working hand in hand with law enforcement. I mean, do you think that this type of model could be effective for law enforcement moving forward into the future? Because that's what I'm trying to show.
Yeah, you know what? I think most definitely. But the key element that you're interjecting is the model here. You have former law enforcement or law enforcement like-minded individuals who are bridging that gap. Because without that, it's a hard bridge.
You got to have those liaisons in place.
There's a lot of NGOs, a lot of organizations that are just coming from that side without, they want to avoid as much as law enforcement, influence.
They don't think that law enforcement is ever going to be part of a holistic solution.
Right. I think you're showing that no, you have, and it just goes, once again, reimagines or dispels the myth that law enforcement people don't care.
Yeah, exactly, yes. Yeah.
So by showing that there is that key component of empathy, where law enforcement do have that more stories like that they do show empathy, is kind of like the key. And you're displaying it everywhere, that all the people that you service out there, they see it, and then just a relationship.
Yeah, I think that, and to be honest, I think that this has to be the new dynamic moving forward, especially with the increase of mental health crisis due to the level of drugs on the streets. Law enforcement officers show up with people completely out of their mind, and they don't have the time for that to wait for that person to come down to even. They don't have the time to even to determine if it's mental health or is this drug induced. Right. They don't have the time.
Right. I think an NGO have to have that same language. They need to speak the same language.
They do, and they need to be training together.
Yeah.
They can't just be like so with our team. These are former security guys. They're former law enforcement guys.
Yeah.
And we trained it together. We do training scenarios together. We have everything we do is we train together always.
Yes.
And so those NGOs, the firefighters, right? You got to have multidisciplinary teams, multi-agency teams training and working together and working out those kinks and the protocols. You know, if you're going to triage a call, it starts with 911. It starts with BOEC, these BOEC centers, right? And triaging these calls.
It can't hurt to replicate this model that you've been doing. And what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, the worst that could happen, that it doesn't happen. That's the worst thing that could possibly happen.
Right.
Because with the recruiting where it is right now, there's no way that we're ever going to be able to meet the numbers that we need for the future.
Right.
Portland right now is only staffed, according to the FBI, they're only a third staffed. So they roughly need like 200 more police officers.
Right.
And they can only send in 4 or 5 per class at the academy.
Right.
So where are these 200 going to come from?
Exactly.
They're going to steal them from Alabama? Well, now Alabama's lacking law enforcement, right? Everyone's moving around looking for a better salary, but we're not fixing the problem. Everyone's trying to fix their problem.
Yes.
But we're not fixing the problem in law enforcement.
Well, all the agencies are kind of tapping into the same small pool of officers, and it's not really solving the big problem. Like with LAPD, we're at our lowest deployed officers in over 30 years, yet we're up to highest crime rate.
And population.
So we're doing the opposite.
So your per capita amount's going up,
right,
and your crime's going up, and what are we doing about it? We're trying to recruit other people's police officers. All right, man. Well, let's go check the water out.
Very cool.
It's a hot day here.
They're still out and moving around, moving about.
Charles, I appreciate you coming out today. I know that you're a busy guy. You're always traveling internationally. And I appreciate you took the time to show up today and do the ride-along. You know, out of all the guys, and people that have rode with us, I really appreciate your background. I know that your background is in kind of in that law enforcement realm, it's kind of a sacred background, that SWAT background. It's like the holy grail, of law enforcement. And your perspective on what we're doing here, it's very meaningful. I think that a lot of police officers, a lot of people in this industry that are going to watch this episode, they're really going to look at this and say, you know what? We need to get back to community policing. We need to get back to knowing the neighborhoods where we serve in. Mm-hmm. And we really need to get deeply connected to the nonprofits that are inside those neighborhoods, that are already invested in those neighborhoods, that want to transform those neighborhoods. And we need to do this now. And so I'm glad that were able to listen to that message today. I love your feedback, man. I think that everything you're saying is right on. Any final words for our audience?
This is not an overnight fix. We all know that. And I think this is one of the fronts of the war against just, what we've been battling for decades. Just one front that I think has to be focused, addressed on many fronts, but this is one of those, you might have something. You might have, caught on to something that is worth investing, worth putting some real value into it, because a lot of times from what I see in down south in LA is you just see a lot of people kind of, the what's the definition of insanity? Just keep on repeating things
over and over again,
and all you see every year, new mayor, new government, new this, they just repeat the same boilerplate
same thing
formula. Let's throw more money at it. Let's throw more money.
Law enforcement has not really changed in almost 60, 70 years.
Right.
I mean, we've had better technology, we've become innovative, but at the end of the day, what we're doing on the street, it hasn't branched out in a multidisciplinary approach.
Right.
We're still just saying, hey, I'm a cop, I have a criminal mandate. That's not my matter, that's a civil matter. But at the end of the day, if you can get that person into a shelter and they're not going to be high, that's less property crime that's going to occur.
Right.
A third of all property crimes in New York City were the people responsible for that third, 327 suspects.
Right.
327 people are responsible for a third of all property crime in New York City. And if we were actually actively working with those 327 people every day, if we could get maybe half of them, just half, to choose a different lifestyle. Because majority of property crime is because of drugs. They're addicted to drugs, right?
Right.
If we could get half those people into detox or shelters, you could reduce property crime by 15, 16%, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot.
Exponentially, that's huge.
It's huge, man.
That size,
Billions of dollars of savings, billions of dollars of resources. Your call volume literally drops by a sixth of your call volume. All the bike theft and all that, you don't have to worry about it anymore. You actually can worry about real crime.
Right.
And so these are the steps towards transformation that I think we need to take as a society.
Right on.
Yeah, man. Well, this is the ride along, bro. This is the view. It's a hot Portland day. Everyone's passed out. I appreciate you coming along, bro.
My pleasure, brother. My pleasure.
Appreciate it.
I recognized immediately that I needed to be here with a couple of the cool nuggets of information you gave me. I said, I gotta get myself up there. I gotta see and check it out. So it was good. I definitely had a good time.
Awesome, man. Well, let's go ahead and head back.